Jürgen, that feels almost unreal. But...
That's it! History made at Anfield! Barcelona beaten! Liverpool triumphant!
Yeah, but these boys are fucking mentality giants. It's unbelievable. First and foremost, I have to say congratulations to City.
Losing in the Champions League final, coming back the next year, getting 97 points and not winning the league title.
You've not scored for over a year. Where did that come from?
I said to the boys before the game, I actually would say it's impossible. But because it's you, I say we have a chance. And
some nights define a season, but then there are nights that define a generation. A night when logic fell apart, when belief became something you could almost touch. But to understand that miracle, you have to start the night before, when all hope seemed gone.
Kompany had a look, had a hit! Oh! Captain fantastic!
It had been one of the greatest title races English football had ever seen. Liverpool were relentless, a team that refused to drop. 97 points, 1 defeat, and still chasing a Manchester City side that wouldn't stop winning. The entire red half of Merseyside watched in hope. For 70 minutes, it stayed goalless. Liverpool dared to dream. And then Vincent Kompany stepped forward. A centre-back, 33 years old, 30 yards out, a shot from nowhere, arrowing into the top corner. That goal didn't just win City the match. It ended Liverpool's title dream. 97 points, and still not enough. The Premier League, gone. For Jürgen Klopp's men, the message was brutal. Even perfection wasn't enough. And yet, less than 24 hours later, there was another mountain waiting. 3-0 down from the first leg. No Salah, no Firmino. The Champions League, the only thing left. But even that looked over. A team drained of everything now had to find belief from nowhere. No one outside that dressing room thought they could. The question wasn't whether they'd win. It was whether they'd survive without humiliation. But inside Anfield, there was still something burning. Not hope, not confidence, just defiance. Quiet, stubborn, unbreakable defiance. Liverpool under Klopp had been shaped by heartbreak, Basel, Kiev, the constant near misses that tested their belief but never killed it. And maybe that's what made what happened next possible.
Henderson, still Henderson! Saved by the goalkeeper and in by Divock Origi! And Liverpool have scored early!
From the first whistle, you could feel it. Anfield has had its famous nights, but this felt different. This was desperation turned into energy. Divock Origi's early goal changed the entire atmosphere. It was relief. A glimmer of hope that the impossible might not be entirely impossible. Every tackle was cheered, every ball was fought for. Liverpool weren't playing against Barcelona, they were playing against doubt itself. Barcelona were calm, they had destroyed Liverpool a week earlier. Messi's free kick in the first leg was one of his masterpieces. Arrogance and precision wrapped into one. But at Anfield, the calm started to crack. Liverpool's press was ferocious. Robertson rattled Messi. The noise had got to Suarez. Barcelona stopped looking like champions and started looking like survivors. And then, in 5 wild minutes, it turned. The first, low and hard, straight through Ter Stegen's hands. The second, a header that sent a shockwave through the stands. 3-3 on aggregate. And suddenly, belief turned into conviction. Anfield was alive, shaking, roaring, as if it knew something the rest of the world didn't. Barcelona looked lost. Their eyes went to the stands, to the bench, to Messi. And for once, he had no answer. Then came the corner. A simple finish. And chaos. 4-0. By the final whistle, Barcelona weren't just beaten. They were broken. A team of stars, undone by energy, belief, and noise. A miracle, yes, but one built on hard work and defiance, not luck. That night didn't just send Liverpool to a final, it saved them. Because if not for that comeback, if not for that explosion of belief, Klopp's project might have lost its momentum. The Premier League dream had just collapsed. To end the season trophyless after 97 points, it would have been devastating. Anfield refused to let that happen. That 4-0 changed everything. It made the season more than another nearly story. It gave the squad a reason to believe that the work, the pain, the heartbreak, all of it was worth it. It reignited something deep within the club's identity. The spirit that had once carried Liverpool through Europe in the 70s and 80s. The idea that no game was ever lost while Anfield still had breath. When they walked out in Madrid a few weeks later, they weren't fragile anymore. They weren't desperate. Tottenham were beaten 2-0, and Liverpool lifted their 6th European Cup. For most fans, it was redemption. But for those who lived through that Barcelona night, it felt like confirmation. The real final had already been played, and it was played at Anfield. What followed was no accident. The Champions League win became a foundation. The pain of Kiev, the agony of lost titles, the heartbreaks that came before, all of it now had purpose. Liverpool weren't just European champions. They were believers again. The squad had matured, the fans had changed, and Klopp's vision of unity, of collective work, of faith in process had finally taken root. A year later, they won the Premier League. The trophy that had eluded them for 3 decades finally came home. And when Henderson lifted it, you could trace the moment back to one night. That night against Barcelona wasn't just about a scoreline. It was the night the players saw who they really were. Because belief doesn't start with success, it starts with survival, with staring down failure and deciding to fight anyway. Without that 4-0, maybe Liverpool never become the machine they became. Maybe Klopp's message doesn't fully land. Maybe the story ends as another heartbreak. Instead, that night at Anfield rebuilt everything. The team, the confidence, the culture. Even the world's perception of what Liverpool could be. From doubters to believers, it wasn't a slogan anymore. It was lived reality. Football loves its miracles, but this wasn't divine intervention. It was cause and effect. From Kompany's screamer to Origi's tap-in, the line between heartbreak and history was one day long. One night ended a dream, the next revived it. Messi left that night shaken, human, beaten. Liverpool left transformed. Because sometimes, the night that breaks you is the same night that builds you. For all the glory that followed, nothing quite matched that night. Because that was when everything changed. When defeat became defiance. When belief became real again. Thank you for watching the video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.